Visionaries was awesome.
Vaguely remember Visionaries.
Do you remember they had a staff with the hologram?
Oh yes,
Visionaries, knights of the magical light. Visionaries with magical powers they fight. Na 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 na. Visionaries, knights of the magical light. They had a staff. It started off as a trial. Merlin, always called Merglin for copyright reasons.
Genghis Khan.
That's the light switch.
There we go.
A bit of mood lighting.
Oh,
is that too dark?
Oh,
No.
this is fucking porn star. This place. This is like watching the fucking Big Bang Theory.
but cooler.
What? Dull.
Well, no. Yeah, all right.
Techie.
They'd love this.
Yeah,
You know, the characters would love this.
Right, because it's a bit geeky, sci-fi.
Yeah.
it is very geeky, isn't it?
They used to hang out in a comic store.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's what
right.
I'm saying. I thought you'd like it, Phil, to be honest.
Yeah,
Sitcoms like that with canned laughter, I just can't do them anymore.
it is recorded in front of an audience. It is
Yeah, and then they add some more laughter in.
probably, yeah.
It's so, I don't think I've ever laughed out loud. I mean, I've seen bits of it,
Yeah.
bits of Big Bang. I don't think I've ever laughed out loud while I've been watching it.
It's been around, I can't believe it's been around for 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, more than 10 years now.
Yeah, been going for ages.
About
Jesus
11 years, I would
Christ.
say now. I think about 2007 it started.
They're all gazillionaires now, aren't they?
Yeah, they get like, is it like a
Is it-
million an episode? Or is
Well,
it
it's,
more?
there's the I think there's, I can't remember, Sheldon and the girl and the lad. What's the girl called? Penny.
Yeah.
And her on and off married now boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Them three, I think, get paid the most.
They're the three headliners, sort of thing.
And then
You've got the Jewish guy.
and then the Jewish guy and the Indian guy are
Howard,
next,
yeah.
and then the girlfriends are after that.
Right, the
basically.
third division.
Yeah. So apparently the top ones get paid like $1 million an episode.
I remember the 6 characters in Friends getting that
Yeah.
when that
20
was
years
finishing.
ago,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
years and years ago.
It's funny though, innit? What did any of them do afterwards?
Matt LeBlanc did Top Gear. I think you'll find Tom.
Well, you know,
I
we
suppose
all know what happened there.
Jennifer,
Still doing it though, isn't he?
I think he's just quit basically. That's
Jennifer
different.
Aniston's had the best career post Friends, hasn't she? She's
Yeah.
done quite a lot of films.
Well, Thingy had Cougar Town. That was quite popular.
It was funny. It's like,
I never watched Cougar Town.
Yeah, they did cameos though.
Yeah,
good.
I seem
Yeah.
to remember that. There keeps being rumours, doesn't there? And somebody made quite a plausible trailer for a Friends movie,
Oh,
and it
God.
went like viral on Facebook and over the internet. And lots of people it got reported on, and then like the next day they said, "Oh no, somebody's just made it up." Basically,
Anyway, welcome to the Amish Inquisition. What we're doing, Twitter, at Amish INQ Podcast. Email us at theamishinquisition.com. iTunes, leave us reviews on iTunes. Have you left us? Do you use iTunes, Tom?
Unfortunately, no.
No.
I'm still on the vinyl.
Vinyl.
And tape.
We still need reviews for iTunes. You can like us and follow us on Stitcher, TuneIn, Podbean, and Spotify. That's all housekeeping done. Tom's here because
Yeah.
Ben's away.
yeah.
Howdy.
So we
Ben's-
got an upgrade.
Ben's behind enemy lines.
He is, isn't he?
He's in
We're
Hamburgerville.
Yeah.
Hamburg.
Oh, all right.
visiting the Germans.
He's getting the latest on the EU negotiations and going to report back to us next week, I think.
Isn't that in Brussels?
No, all the actions in Berlin, I think.
It's in Hamburg.
It's a country.
Let's maybe
crap.
don't make a hash of it then.
Yeah, I think they want to annex Northern Ireland now, don't they?
They want to annex Northern Ireland,
yeah,
did you say?
Yeah, what I saw in the news this week is that, they made this white paper. Our government made this white paper at Chequers.
Oh,
And
right.
it was all David Davis ended up resigning all that.
All right, yeah.
And Michelle Bonnier's got the white paper and said, no, you're not having that.
Yeah.
And they want to keep Northern Ireland in the
EU.
customs trade union.
Right.
That's the only workable solution as far as the EU are concerned. So they're trying to annex Northern Ireland sort of economically.
Oh, yeah.
The strange thing is, it was obvious from the start that this was going to happen with Ireland and Northern Ireland. I don't know why they didn't think of it before.
Well, we solved this the other week, didn't we? We solved this problem.
I can't remember what we
Northern
said.
Ireland. Just leave it.
Yeah, it was.
That's my why.
Yeah.
Why do we have to put a border in? The UK government? We don't need to.
No,
If
there's
the
one
EU
now, I
want
think.
to put a border in and start a civil war, then let them. We don't need to. We don't need to put a border in. Fuck them.
Yeah, I think the thing is they're probably threatening a no deal, aren't they? Basically.
Yeah, well, I think that's best case scenario at the minute. Other than status quo. Is that
Don't know.
bolt upright? Have I got 5 minutes?
No,
No.
busy. So rude.
So yeah, Ben's on holiday. When's he get back? This weekend, is it?
I think tonight.
Is it?
No, you're going for 10 days. I think.
He said 10 days, did he?
Wednesday.
Just to Hamburg.
Yeah, they're going to like some sort of centre park.
Ah, yeah, it's like
Okay.
Eurocamp Centre Parks thing.
Yeah.
And then they've been to a tank museum. We've seen a picture of Rommel's tunic, and then that was about it, wasn't it? I can't.
He was the desert rat, wasn't he? Rommel.
No, we were the desert rats.
Oh, what was the name of the Rommel then?
What was he called?
He had a code
desert
name.
fox.
Might have been.
Don't know.
Yeah, my knowledge on Rommel.
I think we were called the like tank people were called the desert rats. I think our side. Are we interrupting you?
Sorry, I was just going to text Bolt saying not right now, and then I just thought he could ring in.
Who's that?
He could,
Is that-
couldn't he?
Could
is
ring
that
in.
Usain Bolt?
He's called Bolt Upright. That is his legal name.
Bolt upright.
Bolt is his Christian name. Upright is his surname. A
Oh.
friend of mine. Unless you want to phone in.
It's quite interesting.
Mhm.
Did he change it by Deepel?
Yeah,
Deepol?
yeah, he's done all the logistics. Never asked him why. His real name's Phil. Well, it was Phil, but he's.
Have you known him all your life?
No, I've known him 10, 15, more than 10 years, maybe
So
15
I
years.
was going to say maybe he couldn't cope with two Phils.
I was going to say the same thing. Get confusing, wouldn't it? Plus, there's your other Phil that you know, your brother-in-law.
Yeah.
So that would be. And is he from the same area as well?
He lives. Where does he live now? He lives somewhere like Clayton Woods now, I think.
right.
Wantley Dale, somewhere around there.
But not then.
The last I spoke to him, he was working at the Harris Library,
Right.
helping people do the family trees, research
wow.
for their family trees. It's like a volunteer sort of role.
Right.
But, don't know if he's still doing it. He likes quizzes. He'll ring you up with a quiz.
That'd be
Your
good,
phone will
wouldn't
go 10 o'clock on a Thursday night. Bolt. All right, quiz time. And you'll have 10 questions. And they're usually quite... Like that... what was that question? Which country has the lowest population density? That was one of his quiz questions.
Would you like to have a go?
Is it going to be something like the Vatican?
Good shout. But that would be highest.
Yeah.
That would be a high density because it's tiny and there's probably
Loads
hundreds of
priests
thousands
there,
of people.
loads of
So
paedophiles.
where's the most sparsely
Only at
populated?
certain times.
The most sparsely populated country would be the other way of saying it. So you need somewhere big that's really inhospitable.
Inhospitable.
Not in immigration terms, in climate terms.
Like the Arctic, isn't it?
Greenland.
Yeah.
Greenland's the answer.
Greenland is the answer.
Yeah, so he gives you quizzes, which is entertaining. Not right now. Oh, he's not texting me. Barry Chuckles died today.
Yeah, 73.
Yeah.
Good innings. It looked like he enjoyed. Which one was Barry?
The short, thin one.
I think he was the older one. This is the thing. Claire said the same to me. The short, thin one. I said they're both thin.
Short and thin.
Paul's got a bit of timber on.
Oh, has he?
think-
His fatter face, hasn't he?
Oh.
I think that one, if it's the one I'm thinking of, he always looked a bit ill and thin.
Yeah.
And like he enjoyed a pint and a fag.
Big Rotherham United fans.
Really?
They are, yeah.
Massive. I'm sure they saved him once from going on the brink, but they'd never put all the money into him. But
Saved him?
Massive.
Financially?
I think they helped. You know,
Right.
like as in might have done something to.
A grand or something.
Did a
Push to
charity
save.
gig in the stadium.
They don't. Well, they don't need it now. They're owned by a millionaire. So
Are they?
yeah.
A millionaire. A billionaire.
Well,
A
probably.
millionaire.
I don't know how
Hundreds
much
of
he's got.
Is it one of these things where he bought it for £1 or something?
No, he. I think he's what's it? He made his money from floodlights, I think. Honestly,
Right.
You make money out of anything these days.
How do you make so much money from? Oh,
take it.
Not football, exclusively
Well, it could be.
football.
No,
Like,
like everywhere across the
So
country.
You could
floodlights.
get temporary floodlights, couldn't you, if you work in a building site or something?
Yeah, you do.
Or in
Yeah.
caves. Just lights, I imagine, at the end of the day. And generators. Probably branched out into generators and cranes.
It's like anything, you know. If you've got a lot of money, you need to do something with it. So why not have a hobby that's probably
Exactly.
you know,
Waste your money on.
tax-free kind of thing.
What league are they in? League
They're
One?
in the
Oh,
same championship.
Are
yeah.
they?
Come back up last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's right. My brother's telling me. My brother used to work with a chap from Rotherham, so he goes every year. Well, if they're in the same league, and they meet up for a dinner before a match and that, and then go and watch it and meet up afterwards.
A glass of claret and a cigar.
Do you go to many away games?
I try to, yeah, if I can. But I'm trying to knock the grounds off my list that I haven't been to because I've been to quite a few. But yeah, so this what is the 92?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember how many league grounds there are, but yeah, I've been to quite a few.
How many have you got? Have you got a list then with them all ticked off?
Not in front of me.
Mentally.
But yeah, and then I kind of go
See, I
through.
couldn't remember.
Quite
I
a
won't
lot
be
have
able
gone
to
out of the
remember.
blooming football league now, though.
So they don't. So
Really?
you've got to go to
You
Yeah.
have to start all over again soon.
Yeah.
You've been
That's-
to new ones, so like Fleetwood and stuff like that.
I've been to Fleetwood. Yeah,
MK Dons.
not been to MK Dons. Always missed it. Always wanted to go because I need to tick that off the list. Yeah, but I've been to most of the grounds in the current championship. Quite a lot in the Premiership because they're all championship clubs these days, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to any teams that are in the Premiership, but you
Oh,
know
fuck them anyway.
Yeah. So,
So a lot. All right. So a lot of the established old Premier League teams have been relegated, have they? They're not
Yeah.
in the Premier League
Well,
anymore.
Aston
Well,
Villa,
Villa.
in it.
Villa are down.
Yeah.
Birmingham obviously came down like ages ago. Derby dropped again.
See, I wouldn't class them as a Premier League club. Derby.
Well, yeah.
Sheffield United. No.
Sheffield United originally were, weren't they? I mean,
Mhm.
Oldham originally were.
Yeah.
They've dropped down.
Didn't
Swindon.
Charlton
Didn't
Well,
Oldham nearly win the FA Cup or the league or something?
under Ron Atkinson, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
And they
know.
had that bold striker, Richie.
Andy Ritchie.
Andy Ritchie?
Yeah. Went on to be a decent manager, didn't he?
Did he?
For a while, yeah. Lower down, I think.
Right.
Hang on, did he manage Crystal Palace actually at some point?
Andy Ritchie? I've no idea. No idea. We need Stato.
Mm.
Yeah.
Have to fact check that one, Aaron.
Yeah. I thought you were going to talk about Attilio Lombardo then for some reason.
Tilio Lombardo, he played for Sampdoria.
Yeah, but he came for his one season at Crystal Palace.
Did he?
Because he was called the Bald Eagle,
That's right.
and he played for the Eagles.
Yeah. Crikey, that must be like 92, 93, something like that.
No, I think it was in the late 90s.
Was it?
When he came, I think, yeah, because he was right at the end of his career. I think he did like one season or half a season and buggered off.
Do you remember when Middlesbrough used to get loads of world-class players at the end of their career, towards the end of their career?
Juninho. He was the
And,
big one.
Emerson.
Emerson.
Yeah.
Rivaldo? Who's
Uh,
the Silver Fox?
Yeah.
Oh, Ravanelli.
Ravanelli.
yeah.
Claudio Ravanelli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zola was Chelsea, wasn't
Mm.
he? He was just a hell of a player, Zola.
Mm-hmm.
Crikey.
Paul Ince.
Mm-hmm.
Did he ended up at Middlesbrough?
He did, yeah. There we go. Dealt with.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I've been learning about Macedonia this week.
God, he said Macedonia.
I got Audible do
Why have you been learning about Macedonia? Because of the Macedons.
about ancient Macedonia. Audible do the great series called The Great Courses, and the university lectures,
Mm-hmm.
and they on all sorts like psychology, any subject you can think of.
Bit like a TED talk, is it?
Yeah, but they're long. Like this one is maybe 28 lectures, something like that.
And how long's the lecture?
40 minutes.
Mm.
Some are longer. They were 2 for 1, and I had 4 free credits, so I've got 8 series of lectures. Got like one on each.
Do you have to read that? Sorry, do you have to listen to that in a month though, or something? Is that not
No,
how?
you get them to keep, and you
Alright.
can cancel your subscription, keep all your books.
Oh, can you?
Yep.
So how do you get your tokens then? Do you like pay for a certain amount?
You get one free token a month for your membership.
Okay.
And then if you want to buy books, they're obviously cheaper than buying them at the bookstop. You can buy additional books. But I always tend to buy massive books, generally history books. And they take ages to read. I must have 80 odd books in there that I've hardly not even touched. So I need to cancel it, really. But they were doing 2 for 1 on the Great Lecture, so I got one of them was on Alexander the Great. And I thought, well, I know nothing about Alexander the Great, so I bought it. Right. And I'm on like the 6th lecture, and we haven't even got to Alexander the Great yet. Still talking about his dad, Philip the Great, Philip II, who sort of founded the Macedonian Empire. Yeah. But there was an interesting factoid. At this point, like, Greece is still not united. It's like city-states. So Athens, Sparta and Thebes are the 3 big ones, and then there's a few little ones like Argos and Rhodes and different ones.
Atlantis,
yeah.
The lost city.
And the Theban army had this like elite crack troop called the Sacred Band, and it was 300.
That's a good band name, isn't it?
300 soldiers, and it was made up of 150 homosexual couples.
Why?
Back in the day.
This is in like 350 BC.
Like the gay regiment.
Yeah, but they were like the best in the army, like the Sacred Band. I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I wonder why.
Especially when it like became illegal. You know, it's a period. You know,
yeah, it's different cultures, isn't it?
Yeah. So moving on, like
it's quite a common thing, wasn't it? In
years ago,
Greece?
it was okay. Then periods down the line, it was made illegal, and then later on, it's okay again. It's fine to be okay.
I think you can pin a lot of that at the Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah, I suppose.
You know, when Christianity and Catholicism come on, and then at least the Spanish Inquisition, you've got Puritanism when they go over to the States, you know, and then that's been relaxed over the last 50 years. Our state isn't religious anymore, where it used to be.
But I mean, so it should be the equal opportunities for all. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was an eye opener going to America because they still campaign massively, and like I was looking around going,
who campaigns?
LGBT, even the Black Americans.
You mean LGBTQIA?
Translate for me.
Queer, intersex, and asexual.
All right.
The acronym's got longer.
Oh, okay.
It used to be LGB, and it was LGBT. Now it's LGBTQIA.
What does the T stand for?
Transgender.
And yes, that's it. And so like there's flags and like signs up everywhere on the East Coast when you go along, and like I couldn't believe it. I was like looking everywhere, and like they've even added like the rainbow flag in one state where we were. They added brown and black to it, and maybe even another colour, I don't know. And it was really interesting because I was like, am I just a bit naive that, like, you know, you in England or in the UK in general, we just go, well, it's normal. But like in America, they were like, you know, still pushing it and saying equal opportunities and stuff.
I think there's different ways of going about it, isn't it?
I don't think they have. Maybe they do by I don't think they have the same level of separation between church and state in the America.
Because it is state by state.
In the America. Because there's never been a non-Christian or non-Catholic president.
Oh, okay.
And you know, it's inconceivable for an atheist to run for president at the moment.
I don't think there's ever been an open atheist that's been a prime minister of England.
No, but I think it's more extreme over there.
Or Britain.
I think it's more extreme over there.
Yeah, probably. It seems to be a big part of running for office, doesn't it? Like the faith in God
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
country and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It was honestly a real eye-opener to see, because I was just thinking, that must be so naive. Just
But
to
this
think-
is in cities in the East Coast, like New York and Boston.
yeah,
and stuff.
especially like in say Washington. Obviously, there's lots of stuff that goes on there, and freedom marches, things like that.
Right. Yeah.
And it was really interesting, and I just couldn't believe that it wasn't just seen as like, okay, everyone's equal opportunities for all, but like they always say that, don't they? With Trump in charge at the minute, people don't agree with what he's doing and say we want rights for everyone. One of the big things was about the immigration policy, because they have he was letting the parents over but leaving the kids on the other side, or the opposite way around.
It was in the news a week or two ago.
Separating the children from the parents, wasn't he, who were coming over?
Yeah.
But hasn't that stopped, apparently? Because he said he was doing that to make them stop coming, and then there was like a bit of a backlash about it, and he said, I'm not doing it anymore, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's one of his famous tweets.
The most interesting one is that he made the Queen, he was late for the Queen, wasn't it, recently?
That was
and he
fake
said,
news, that.
Yeah, and he was like, that's not true.
It's fake news.
Yeah, but everything's fake news.
She was
isn't it?
early.
Is that what it was?
She arrived early, 40 minutes early, to make sure she was there first. He wasn't late.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it, how they report things?
Depends what you read. And you'll read two different newspapers and get two different sides of the coin of the story. It's so partisan, isn't it? The newspapers, the mainstream news outlets.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you see I don't know if you've seen them, like, at the bus stops, the adverts for Facebook these days.
No?
We ensure that there will be no fake news. It's kind of like
What?
that. Yeah, going on your news feed, there will be no fake news. And I'm thinking,
Who decides what's fake news and what isn't?
so it's going to be
it's
policed more, and you're like, don't get it. One of those things.
Maybe it's not independently verified news. Don't know.
I don't know. This is why a lot of internet news companies have sprung into existence, because people are looking for alternatives for news, because they know how sort of biased most newspapers are. So they go on the internet and they'll find an internet channel that they like for news, and they don't have the same editorial constrictions when they're on the internet. They can on YouTube they can just say what they like if they think it's what's true and what needs to be said. Although it is getting censorious in some places. YouTube, people they call it demonetizing. So if you're someone like Sargon of Akkad, who's a famous YouTube guy from down south, he said some what's today would be classified as controversial things about, say, immigration. YouTube can withdraw his advertising revenue, and they call that demonetizing. So it's a way of punishing them without censoring them, as in banning the video.
Talking about fake news and stuff, have you guys heard about the people who believe that the world is flat again?
Yeah,
We talk about it all the time.
There's loads of them. Flat earthers.
Yeah. It's amazing, some of the stories.
Well,
You're just going to say
this is the thing with YouTube, is that there is no filter. You are the filter. And if you believe, it's up to you what you believe, and you can watch some really convincing documentary about the earth being flat and come away with it thinking, fucking hell, that makes sense. So then you look for another video, and that's what they call going down a YouTube rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And you get sucked in.
Alice in Wonderland.
And the next
It's
thing you
so
know,
easy.
you think the earth is flat.
Yeah, yeah. It's amazing.
Or the pyramid's not got straight sides.
Straight sides?
Yeah, you said it. Look at that drawing.
8 sides.
This one.
No, it's how many sides the pyramid it got. It's got 8.
They got 8.
Because the 4 sides are each concaved.
Well, they were built by aliens anyway, weren't they?
He does believe that once we get him going.
No.
Is there a
Atlanteans.
is there a Scientologist in you there?
No.
Is that what they believe?
I don't really know. I think it is something like that.
It's pretty wacky Scientology, isn't it?
Well, there's that thing.
Something about the souls coming out of a mountain.
If you ever met Tom Cruise, you could ask him.
Phaetons.
Thetans.
That's
Yeah.
it. We are evolved.
We're possessed by alien spirits.
That's it, isn't
They
it?
came out of the mountain and possessed us.
Yeah. All I can remember is the film with John Travolta.
Oh yeah, the one. I haven't
Battlefield
seen it.
Earth.
Yeah, that's it.
I haven't seen it, but apparently it got slated.
hilarious.
It's awful. It's so
Terrible.
bad. But he's one as well, isn't he? He's a Scientologist.
Tom Cruise.
Lots of Hollywood people.
A
Yeah.
lot, yeah.
I only know Tom Cruise and John Travolta, to be honest.
My Name is Earl, that guy. Jason
Derulo.
Lee. Jason Lee.
Oh yeah.
There's apparently
Kevin Smith films.
one of the reasons. What happens is, I don't know how true this is. How
They
it gets
blackmail you.
recorded. Yeah, basically. So you get higher and higher into you pay more and more the further you get into the organisation. But in order to get higher and higher, you have to like be interviewed or confess all your past things that
What
you've
they
done.
call it, there's a process, isn't it?
Yeah.
They hold out the finger. What's it called? Where they go clear. I'm going clear.
Oh, I don't fucking know. I can't remember. I've watched so much crap about it. It just all blurs into one, doesn't it?
Well, the chef from South Park, and that's why he left South Park.
Is he really? What's his
Because
name?
they
Isaac
did,
Hayes.
Is he dead? Him?
because
No.
they did an episode, didn't they, where they were mocking it.
Right.
So I don't know if he was the only character as well. There might have been other people.
Yeah, there'll be
yeah.
loads on there. But yeah, so the higher you go, the more you get interviewed, and you really reveal all your secrets. And obviously, in Hollywood, they've got power over you. Then basically, so that's the theory that you just can once you're in, you can never leave, basically, because they'll always threaten you, you know, with releasing information about you. You want other people to know, kind of thing. But I don't know how true that is.
It started by L. Ron Hubbard,
Yeah, he
who
made
was
it.
a science fiction author.
Yeah,
The guy who wrote Battlefield
in the
Earth.
50s, was it?
Yeah. Is the most prolific author in human history. He's written more fiction, more bullshit than anyone else who's ever lived.
Wow.
And he's the head of a religion, or he was until he died.
Yeah.
And it is just like a science fiction story. The whole, what do you call it, Scientology genesis.
Does that mean
story.
George Lucas is the founder of Jedi?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's happened yet, but at one point, Jedi was close to making the censor.
It is
Yeah.
on the census. It is reported.
It is, because she won't let me fill it in. I wanted to fill it in, and she won't let me. She said, don't do that. And I thought, yeah, what if my data gets leaked? I don't want people to know I'm a Jedi. I want to be, you know, in my man cave just practicing my swing. Do some sparring. Have you seen my lightsaber? Do you see
I
my
haven't
lightsaber?
seen your lightsaber.
Oh.
It sounds like a euphemism, Phil. I'm getting a bit worried here.
Don't put your lightsaber away. Oh.
Is that a mask from Labyrinth?
Eyes wide shut.
Ah,
No,
right.
it's,
I thought it was, the scene in Labyrinth.
I don't
Where
remember.
They're
Yeah.
in the
It's-
party.
It was quite. It was on the other weekend.
It's a plague doctor, that mask. That's the shape of the plague doctors.
I'll have to watch.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
That is.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. I'd be there for hours.
It's got a nice weight. to it.
Bottom button, turn it on.
Button.
And it changes
oh
colour.
my goodness, this must have been expensive.
It was, yeah.
Bottom
turn it on,
button.
yeah.
Oh, right, I'm
Yeah, that
pressing
one.
this here.
Oh, the bottom of the two buttons. You do have a look of Luke,
Yeah.
to be honest.
What, pre or post crash?
Post.
Sounds like I'm trumping, doesn't it? Oops.
That's
so
a
when you swing,
blaster.
you have to press it.
No, if you hit something, like... Harder! That's it. Yeah, but if you press the bottom button, it does like a blaster deflector noise, doesn't it?
Oh.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Surprised you don't. It must be reinforced, eh?
What, the blade?
Yeah.
The blade.
So that you don't
That's what it's called.
So you don't smash the light.
They do like 3 different thicknesses of plastic of the blade. Not thicknesses of blade, the thickness of the plastic.
It's alright, Phil, if you want to talk about your gear. It's fine.
And there's like a dueling grade. So that's graded for proper dueling.
Oh, wow.
Like they call it a stump blade.
So has Ben got one? Have you been having a go?
No, he could use my other one. I have another one over there.
You are joking.
No, that one, Kylo Ren.
You could reenact the Luke, I am your father moment.
You could.
And then chop off someone's hand.
Could chop off Ben's
Did
hand.
Did anyone else notice how history repeated itself?
What do you mean?
Well, Darth Vader had his hand chopped off, and then Luke had his.
Yeah.
Yes, because Attack of the Clones was on telly one night this week, and I watched a bit of it, and it was the one where
Loses his
Anakin,
hand.
Count Dooku,
Yeah.
chops his hand off.
Thrashes him, gives him a damn good thrashing.
That
He's not start to turn bad in that one because he's shagging,
gets married at the end, doesn't he?
does he?
Yeah.
In secret.
Yeah.
It's the only thing about being a Jedi, virgin, celibacy.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you want to be a Jedi,
can't-
you could celibate.
Yeah, you can't give
Really?
yourself.
Religion, yeah. It's like priests.
Well, Luke kissed his sister as well. I know
Yeah,
that's
he
nothing to
didn't
do with that.
nail her though.
but- No, you know. But,
You're allowed to
I'm
kiss.
just saying.
And they didn't know they were brother and sister at the time. Otherwise that would have been weird.
Yeah, and definitely the Force.
Definitely forced her.
Definitely get chucked out of the Jedi Order for that.
Imagine what Yoda would say.
Force her, you must not. How do we get onto the Force? Being a Jedi. Yeah, celibate. What are the other rules for being a Jedi?
Where's this celibacy come from?
It's part of the rules.
Because
not heard
Being a
this before.
Jedi.
it can.
You haven't heard this before?
No.
Because it can take you to the dark side, can't it? That's the whole point of it.
Because that's what meant by the dark side.
Yeah.
It's the anal in it.
I was going to say the same. Other ones, no drinking.
No drink or drugs.
Yeah.
What?
If you're a Jedi, definitely not. You always have to act selflessly.
Is there an actual list, or are you making these
No,
up? 'cause you
I'm
go
pretty
along?
sure this is real. It's not real, but it's in like the, what do they call it, the canon. The Star Wars canon.
We met it, didn't we, on the... sorry, no.
We met it.
No, we came... On the last film, they went to where it was supposed to have started, and there was a book, wasn't there?
Oh, in
full of
Ireland.
Yeah.
And Luke burnt it or something, didn't he?
Yeah, burnt the temple down in a fit of pique.
Peak. Hermit.
When Yoda returned.
What?
Yoda returned.
Did he?
Yeah. See, I thought you just watched the film.
Yeah, it wasn't memorable. Wasn't a memorable Star Wars film.
What did he...
I don't remember
when was
Yoda being in it.
When Luke burnt the thing down.
Oh, he appears behind him.
And he says,
It's a
you've not
load of
got rid of
rubbish.
anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
the books are rubbish.
Oh, right, I can't remember.
It's all in the mind.
And that's another film where I was down for a wee all the way through. That one. Fucking hell. No, I don't particularly... I thought it was a bit boring, that one. I didn't particularly enjoy it.
Gold Lame, fucking Darth Sidious, what he's called, the new baddie. What's he called?
But yeah, Darth... No, not
Not
Darth.
Darth Sidious, the guy who died in the
Snoke.
Snoke in the Gold Lame waistcoat in the disco hall.
Yeah,
You notice that?
the fight in the...
See the
fight in
one
the
with
garden.
Be black!
Big, massive head. Is that the fella?
Yeah.
Snoke. Worst death ever.
I like the subsequent fight with the weird red guards. The
Yeah.
Imperial Guard, that was quite good. That was alright. I just hope that the last film actually is different. At least that film was different.
Lando's coming back, isn't he?
Yeah, I've
and I
heard
did
that.
wonder why Lando wasn't in the blooming ones from the start.
I know. And so's Luke.
So he's in the next Star Wars film, Lando.
Yep, they
And-
brought him back,
and
and thingy, Princess Leia. They're using
Yeah.
They're using footage
Yeah.
instead of getting
Bringing her back from the dead.
No, she's...
previous.
Oh, she didn't die in the film, did she?
No, no.
Yeah.
So it's recorded footage from the old film. So maybe they changed the old film to... so they cut that bit of the story in this one.
Because I don't think they were going to bring Lando back, but seeing as though they've killed off Luke, they've killed off Han Solo,
Yeah.
and they've killed off. Well, they haven't killed off Princess Leia, but obviously,
Yeah,
sadly,
she
she's passed away in
Can't be
real
anymore,
life.
Yeah.
So the only character left to bring back is Lando, or yeah,
An
I
Ewok.
can't think of the one. Oh, the Ewoks, yeah.
Burn them all.
They even killed fucking Admiral Akbar. They killed Akbar
they
did,
off.
yeah.
Yeah, they did.
In the last one.
Can someone
They
ex-
fucking twats.
Can someone explain to me what happened to Jar Jar Binks?
Oh, he was killed off in the.
I think he
edit,
went back to one of the plantations, didn't he? Or something?
Plantations.
Yeah, that's why everybody.
Yes, I said no.
Yeah, that's why everybody hated him because it was that. Like they thought it was.
Are you mixing this with 10 Years a Slave?
No, honestly, the way he spoke, people were upset about it because it sounded like No, I like a black person on a plantation. Yeah.
Fuck me.
Really?
Yeah, it does have a bit of that because of the sir at the end.
Yeah.
That music.
Yeah, the way he speaks like that. Yeah, basically.
Shit.
Actually, yeah.
And it was a black guy as well who did the voice, I think. But I don't know if that doesn't really particularly.
But he wasn't a slave in the film. The Gungans were great. They had their own place, didn't they? Under the sea, like Atlantis.
Yeah, shit, wasn't it? That's another shit film.
So what happened to it? Because it can't get destroyed, can it? Or did the planet get destroyed?
The planet get destroyed. They won some sort of fight, didn't they? They fought like the robot army thing, the droid army.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I know everyone hates the Phantom Menace, but the fight scene at the end is great.
Oh yeah, between
with,
the
Darth Maul.
Yeah, between the the shield things.
Liam Neeson.
The one where Liam Neeson dies.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon.
No. And he just
But I
meditates.
remember watching that the first time, thinking, "Fuck,
Qui-Gon.
what the fuck's Obi-Wan gonna do here? He's 1-on-1 now, and his master's just been killed. He's only a young kid."
He's going to suck it up.
But then you think, well, he's alive later, so he must make it.
If he can handle train spotting, he can handle anything.
If he can disappear down a toilet.
I thought that Obi-Wan, that Kenobi film trailer was real. That was on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
I've not seen it.
Someone made a trailer for Obi-Wan with Ewan McGregor in it.
Wow.
And it's amazing. I was almost crying at the end of it.
They might still do it. They want to count Disney.
But it's just a guy in his room made it.
Disney
They just cut footage in.
Disney want to keep making backstories.
Yeah, don't they?
So-
Spin-off.
You have to have a Kenobi film, and it has to be Ewan McGregor.
Yeah. He was quite
But-
good at it, wasn't he?
Oh, give over.
He's getting quite big again, Ewan McGregor, isn't he? Because he won Emmys, didn't he? For if you watched that, what's it?
Fargo.
Yeah, that
Oh, is
anthology
he in Fargo?
thing.
Yeah, I've
We've all
not
been
seen
in
the
that,
season
haven't
with
we?
him in it.
Yeah, it's quite a good one.
Dr. Watson was in Fargo as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
The first season, which was brilliant.
Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
He's also in.
That's the one with Billy Bob Thornton as the bad guy.
Yeah.
That was the best season.
But the original film's a classic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. William H. Macy, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Ginger haired fella.
It's Coens, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Coen
I think
brothers.
so.
Yeah.
Oh, some of their stuff says.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of it's good, isn't it? What's the one with fuck? Jeff Goodman, is it?
The Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski.
It's in
Yeah.
lots of films.
Of their films, they like him.
There's Burn After Reading.
Mm-hmm.
The Lady Killers.
They
did the remake of the Lady Killers, I think.
What's a recent Coen Brothers film?
The last one they did was I can remember is Hail Caesar.
Oh, it was Kingpin.
They did.
Was Kingpin Coen Brothers?
Oh, I haven't seen Kingpin for ages. That'd be brilliant to watch.
Is it not?
No, it's not the Farrelly brothers.
Farrelly, but that is, yeah.
The
Me, Myself and Irene.
Yeah.
They've done loads of great films, Farrelly Brothers.
Did they do the one that Mel Brooks did a stage show of as well?
The producers.
Yeah.
Really? I don't think they're that old.
I don't know if the Coen Brothers did that. What?
No, I don't think. I think they'd be too. I don't think they're old enough to have done
They
that.
tend to write their own things.
That's quite an old film. The producers.
No, it was redone.
Yeah, they redid it
Because
recently.
he made a
with
stage. He did the
Matthew-
stage show and then they did a new one.
McConaughey.
Broderick.
All right.
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew
Was
Broderick.
Yeah,
Right.
was in it for a while. No, I don't think they did that. They tend to do original films, write their own screenplays and scripts and stuff.
I saw Deadpool 2 last night.
Oh,
Was it any
didn't
good?
mean to see it.
Yeah,
Was he good?
I was expecting to be sort of disappointed.
Underwhelmed.
Yeah, but it's as good as the first one.
All right. Well, I didn't particularly like the first one. So.
Did you not?
I thought
You
it was
like the first one?
I thought it was just okay.
To be honest, I started. Once you get over the fact that it's just a complete
Swearing comic book film.
Yeah, it's just a complete, comedy at its best. With those characters from the X-Men that didn't really get in the X-Men.
Negatomic teenage girl. What was she called? Wasn't that her name?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was Negatomic teenage bitch or something.
Once I got past that,
And Colossus.
I thought it was brilliant. But my favourite is definitely Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it was the funniest one, wasn't
What
it?
best Marvel film?
To date, yeah, for me.
It's been sacked, hasn't he, Tom? The director?
Yeah, for being
Historic
politically
tweets.
incorrect.
Historic tweets, yeah.
Halfway, yeah. He's not gonna do it.
Who was the director on it?
Tom Gunn?
Gunn, yeah.
Thomas Gunn?
Thomas Gunn.
I thought that's something. James Gunn.
James Gunn.
James Gunn, maybe. Something Gunn.
Yeah, you
Gunn.
have to be so careful, don't
He's
you?
not doing the third one.
No, apparently not.
Friday.
Apparently the cast has signed an open letter saying they want him reinstated.
Yeah, of course, because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
It's a tweet from like 10 years ago or something. It was a joke, a bad joke.
Bad taste joke,
I
wasn't it?
don't know who it was offending. Can't remember which group.
I think there was
identity.
I think it was some sort of trans and gays.
I think it was
But
trans.
yeah, I think he's gay himself, isn't he?
Well,
I'm pretty sure he's gay.
I'll tell you what's close to Guardians of the Galaxy for me. Ragnarok.
Yeah, Thor Ragnarok.
I
Was a
did
good
like
film.
that.
I thought that was brilliant.
It was really
the
funny.
comedy that they put in it was
Yeah.
great.
Slightly too.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah,
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, he was good. In
He
it,
was
wasn't
quite good, wasn't he?
I mean, I'm pretty, isn't that just the same character in every film? But in that one, he had face paint on
Yeah.
instead of a fly.
And then right
Let's
at
go
the,
faster.
the bit at the end though, where he's like, "Okay, I'm back," kind of thing. But nothing's changed. It's all right.
He's brilliant in everything, Jeff Goldblum.
He must be nearly 70.
He
now.
mainly
What about-
does theatre.
But
He
the
mainly
thing
does
is,
theatre in London.
going back to the Fly, the
Yeah.
Days of the Fly.
The Days of the Fly. Is that a sequel?
Well, there was about 3 of them, wasn't there?
Was he in all of them?
No, he was only in the first one, I think.
I was so freaked out by
I
that.
remember
Going to the
watching
machine
that, yeah.
and then come
Yeah.
out as like this freaky
Yeah.
fly.
Yeah, I remember watching that and being totally freaked out. Because he's, slowly turning into the fly, wasn't he?
He's the best thing in Jurassic Park.
No, it wasn't.
No?
No.
Is
It was
he-
T-Rex.
Oh, no,
he-
I mean, if you're watching it as an adult.
Is he the only?
Did you watch that film as an adult?
No, I mean, if you watch it now.
Whoa, Jurassic Park, all of them.
No, I mean, I would say I would enjoy that on a base level.
If
a
I
child level.
watched Jurassic Park for the first time today, I would say Jeff Goldblum was the best thing about that film.
I guess you would.
Don't quote me, but I think that he might be the only character that's been in every one. Is that right?
No.
He wasn't in the reboot, was he?
He was in the reboot.
He was. He appeared in
Yeah.
it like
Oh,
before the
that's what I
Senate
mean,
hearing.
yeah. That's what I'm
look
saying.
at you.
Yeah.
Maybe he was then. Was he in the third one? When the T-Rex came to the city.
Because that other fella's been in it,
What's in New
hasn't he?
York?
Yeah. That was the one when he shipped one over, wasn't it? And got
Yeah.
loose. Is that not what happened in
That
the
was the
third
second one, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
and,
No, the second one was The Lost World, because he was in that, because he agreed to go back.
Right.
when they take the dinosaur back on the ship. Oh,
Yeah.
this is a really good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The King Kong rip-off.
Yeah, exact.
Was he in that one, though?
I don't know.
Tom, was he in the third one?
Going back to X-Men, Captain Stewart is coming back to Star Trek.
Oh,
For
yeah.
Jean-Luc
a new
Picard.
program.
Yeah, they're making
Yeah.
a new...
Jean-Luc,
He's-
the
he's-
Jean-Luc
yeah.
Picard is
He's
returning.
coming back.
Yeah.
Oh my
A new
goodness.
series.
With his Huddersfield accent. Brilliant.
Tea, Earl Grey, hot.
I knew it was coming.
That's a bit raunchy, that one, weren't it?
To be honest,
Bit better than the last one.
it was brilliant. Is that? Do you know what? The only Star Trek that I didn't watch, I think I watched pretty much all of them when I was growing up, and I believe that it's really good. And I love the guy from Quantum Leap. I haven't seen the Enterprise.
Scott Balaluka, whatever his name is.
Yeah, and because I loved him.
I watched it. I watched quite a
Sam.
few. When it first started, I watched a few.
Because of the Vulcan.
Yeah, she was
Jolene
she-
Blaylock.
and she had big chebs. But it was
Yeah, I
quite
see, I
good.
don't know.
It was quite good at the time. But then I just kind of
It was
lost that
okay.
touch with
There's
it.
no Next Generation.
No.
I don't remember how did he not die in one of the... Didn't he throw himself into a supernova or something at the end of the last film? Did he get killed off?
Who?
Picard.
I remember him stood on a planet. Yeah, and it was being burnt up by something, but I think it stopped.
Right.
Well, he came back in X-Men, didn't he? And no one knows how he came back in X-Men. So if you
Oh,
can
yeah,
do it
'cause
in
he got
X-Men,
blown up, didn't he, with Magneto?
yeah. If you can do
In
it
an
in
old folks'
X-Men,
home.
you can do it in.
Well, he dies. Spoiler alert, he dies. Does he
In-
not
in
die
Logan.
in Logan? Both of them die, don't they?
Oh,
Wolverine
I've not seen it, and you just spoilt it. For
and... well,
me.
you know,
Go
Say
on,
spoiler
Bennett.
alert.
you don't...
But they
To
did.
be fair, Tom, that's been out for about 2 years. so-
Yeah, I know,
and
it's
it's going to
not
be a
bad.
while.
And it's been
before
on Netflix as well.
And it's... That's it?
Yeah, it was on Netflix. Like, came out on Netflix
Sorry.
pretty much when it came out on video.
Phil, what part of me watching VHS do you
I
not
know, yeah, that's
understand?
what
I'm not in the Netflix phase. What is this Netflix? This is a new
Have
new
you not
world.
tried Netflix? You can try it free for like 3 months.
No, yeah, bits and pieces. My sister's been on it. But you know,
Or if you know someone who has it, you can get their code.
Yeah.
yeah,
share it.
and just go Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
same.
slang for
Yeah, but not with your sister though.
Luke and Leia.
You could reenact. You could reenact that scene.
Oh God!
just what? Get Netflix in there
I
instead.
don't think I've ever met your
Hey,
sister.
sit on this couch.
What?
No,
So it's turned into a casting
hang on.
couch.
How's my sister turned into this?
She's doing it.
No, I mean,
You're talking about making a porno with your sister.
no, I didn't say anything. What? I said you could reenact
You're
that.
doing it in cosplay as Luke and Leia.
Give over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
You can reenact the scene and put Netflix in, and you know you took it that
Fucking
step further.
barf all over each other.
Oh, I started watching something on Netflix called
yeah?
Final Space, another cartoon.
Final Space.
Yeah, it was okay. It's quite funny.
Right. What's it about?
Final Space.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Is it Conan O'Brien?
Yeah.
Ooh, another name.
And he did like
late night presenter.
I think he's got something to do with it. I don't think he write. I don't know what he's done, but he might produce it.
What's it about though?
I don't really know. It's like a guy. It's a cartoon. He's woken up. He's on this. He's somehow he's floating through space at the beginning of every episode in a disaster. He's got 9 minutes to live. Then the episodes seem to flash back to prior occurrences.
So he's got 9 minutes to live, and they've made this into like
Yeah.
25 million episodes.
Yeah, so like each episode he says he's got like, it started with 9 minutes or 10 minutes, and I think it's down to about 4 minutes. So I've watched about 5 or 6 of them so far.
Right. Is it good?
It's alright, it's worth watching when there's nothing else on.
So it's serious, but it's animation.
It's kind of serious, it's funny.
Oh, it's a comedy as well.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
All animation's serious, Phil.
Yeah.
Is it?
Look around this room.
Yeah.
I've got some. Rick and Morty is not serious.
Voltron.
That's under threat as well. Rick and Morty, isn't
Yeah,
it?
because of him.
The director. Voltron. That's good. That's got some comic relief in it.
Is it not a rip-off of Transformers?
It was sell toys. Sell toys. Build the toy and then write the cartoon to go with the toy. That's how Transformers started. They found they built these toys and it's like, well, how the fuck are we going
Really?
to sell them? Well, we'll write this backstory. Well, these are the Transformers. They come from Cybertron in 1984 or whatever it was, and they crashed the plane into that mountain. And then the what's it, Spike and Sparkplug. Sparkplug was the dad. Spike was the kid, mechanic. He finds the Transformers, and then they work with him.
I remember watching it now, I think.
Yeah, robots in disguise.
Robots in
Do you remember Mask as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of Mask, but
Visionaries.
Visionaries was awesome.
Vaguely remember Vision.
Do you remember
Nah,
they had
my-
a staff with the hologram?
Oh, yes. No, I know.
Visionaries, knights of the magical light. Visionaries, with magical powers they fight. Na 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 na. Visionaries, knights of the magical light. They had a staff. It started off as a trial. Merlin, always called Merglin for copyright reasons. He's like on a mountaintop and he sets trials, and there's a prize at the end. And that's how they get their animal powers. So one of them, Cryotech, has a moment of courage, and he endows him with the strength of a bear. So when he can transform into a bear hologram.
Yeah, I remember now.
One was Wise, so he gets
Owl?
an owl. Yeah, so it wasn't an owl. It was a
Python.
Leoric was the leader of the goodies. He changed into a lion. Arzon turned into an eagle. And then they had machines as well, like Mask. They had like one had the capture chariot, one had something else. They had vehicles as well.
Yeah. I like Jason the Wheel Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. Great theme tune.
Loved it. They all were. Ulysses, Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, do you remember the name of the big dragon?
I don't, but I've got the whole
Was
season.
this a cartoon?
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Amazing.
I can't remember that.
There was a guy on horseback, the big bad guy called Venger.
Yeah, who turned out to be, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but didn't he turn out to be the little man?
But there was also a massive dragon that used to turn up and just cause chaos. This creature turns up and it just causes chaos everywhere, and it's called Tiamat. And Tiamat is Goes back to the Babylonian creation myth.
There's loads of things like that in these old cartoons.
Yeah, like mythology in it.
The cities of gold. They used to put bits of like.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
What was that one called?
Cities of
Cities
Gold.
of Gold.
Was it called Cities of Gold?
Yeah. Did it?
Did he ever get there in the
I
end?
want you to find the cities
Yeah.
of gold.
Again, if you would like the cartoon, I also have that.
Did he ever have VHS?
Oh,
Can you borrow
No,
it?
hey, I've upgraded. I've got it on
DVD?
USB.
All right.
Fucking hell, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I've got.
How many seasons were there?
Oh, I can't remember.
Was it only 1 or 2?
I can remember
There's
that.
loads of episodes. I've got
Yeah,
I've got Ulysses. I've got He-Man. I've got Thundercats. I've got Dungeons and Dragons. But a lot of them you can get on YouTube. You know.
I think
Yeah, it's
a
just
lot of them-
unreliable when
I've-
you're going to find it because they get taken down, don't they?
I found there was a website somewhere where they had them for free.
Right.
They should just make a YouTube. A TV channel with retros 80s
80s
cartoons.
cartoons.
They make a
exists.
packet.
It exists.
What on Freeview?
Yeah, and it was free, and they put adverts on it basically, and it was like He-Man, just like Thundercats might have been on it, stuff like that.
Chitara.
I can't remember what it was. It was
Chitara.
years ago. I found it. It looked a legitimate website.
What are the other Thundercats?
Lionel.
Lionel?
Panther.
Panthro?
Sorry.
Panthro.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the.
There was another main guy one, an older guy than Lionel.
I do remember.
Looked like a tiger.
Tigro.
Tigra.
I know.
Wily Kit and Wily Cat
yeah.
on the skateboards, on the
Yeah.
hoverboards.
Snarf!
Snarf.
Did any of you watch the reboot?
No.
It was kind of like manga style. It was
Yes.
really good.
The toys are good
I
for them.
enjoyed
They look
it.
good for them.
Yeah. I don't know if they carried it on, but I watched quite a bit of
No, I think they only did a couple. Because you'd see all the stuff in Toys R Us. All the new Thundercat stuff on Toys R Us. Do you remember the Trials episode?
Feel the magic, feel the
Yeah.
roar.
The Trials, he had to beat Panthro in a trial of strength. He had to beat Chitara in a trial of speed.
To get the sword.
He had to beat Tigra. Yeah,
To get the sword, yeah.
yeah, the Sword of Omens.
Yeah.
I love Panthro's, all the gadgets they made.
Yeah, the Thunder Tank.
Oh, it's amazing.
I had a
Were
Thunder
they,
Tank.
were they, had they crash landed there or something?
Thunder!
The whole planet was destroyed, wasn't it?
I think I remember watching this
Bum, bum,
cartoon now.
bum.
Because they did make
Yeah,
a...
his mum and dad died, and he was the last one in the cryogenic
I think they
thing.
made...
And then he just suddenly aged.
in the reboot, I seem to remember it. Did they make a live action version of this?
No.
Oh, I wish they did. They made a live action version of He-Man, which I do have on VHS.
I remember
Dolph
that.
Lundgren.
Yeah.
Brilliant, I love it.
Yeah.
It's even got Courtney Cox in it.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
And they play like the
synthesizer.
keyboard. And what's his name? The little kid in it. He's a famous actor.
don't know. Loads of them.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah, you could. Anyway, yeah, let's
Elijah
call him
Wood.
Danny for now.
The
Yeah.
English guy. Warwick Davies.
Warwick Davis wasn't in it, I
No.
don't think. I forget his name. He was in Santa Claus, the movie as well.
Dudley Moore.
No, but we're getting there. Anyway, moving on.
Santa Claus the movie. That fucking hay.
Do you know what film I used to love as a kid? A Christmas film. Ernest Saves Christmas.
Oh, I remember
Yeah, I
that.
not really watched
the
it that
Ernest
much.
films.
Yeah.
He was a bit strange, wasn't he?
Mm.
That was the whole point, right?
Bit retarded. It was like a southern stereotype, wasn't it? He had the thick southern
Who was
accent
it? Who
and was a
played
bit
him?
thick. He's a famous guy. I think he died recently, actually. I can't remember his name. It's like Ned something.
Ned Ernest.
Flanders.
Flanders. Yeah. Ned's
That's
Atomic
what I was
Dustbin.
going to say. Matt Groening, however you pronounce his name, has got a new thing coming on Netflix.
Mm.
And they all look like Simpsons characters. But it's not the Simpsons.
You mean
Right.
a bit like when he did what was that?
Futurama.
Yeah. So it's the same. His character design, I assume. And it's set as a... Like... What's it? I don't know. A fantasy...
Oh, right.
like
I have
Game of
vaguely
Thrones.
heard-
So it's like
heard
there's
that.
like an elf or a troll or something in it, a princess, a witch,
Right.
all that kind of stuff. You know,
Wow.
it looked quite funny from one of the trailers I'd watched.
Mm.
Well, he has to compete with Family Guy now, doesn't he? And stuff
Stop
like that.
watching that now.
And
Yeah, well-
American Dad.
It's all about this now. Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Rick and Morty.
seen any Rick
What? Oh, you'd love it.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
My wife can say this.
It's really clever It's incredibly clever and incredibly stupid
And
at
funny.
the same time.
What channel's it on? Don't say Netflix.
Netflix.
Oh my god.
You're gonna have to get someone's password.
Yeah.
It's worth paying Netflix just for a month to watch
And
Rick
there's
and
3
Morty.
series of it to catch up on.
Yeah, like
10 episodes.
10 episodes a season.
I think.
Intergalactic Cable.
Yeah.
You've never seen Intergalactic Cable?
No. It reminds me of Galaxy High, another one that I used to watch.
look at me. I even have a portal gun. Look, Matt, show him the portal gun.
Yeah, this is
These,
what.
this
these
is from-
euphemisms that Phil's coming out with today.
Look behind you. Oh, you missed the portal. Should I do it again?
Oh,
Jump!
So
that's
you-
amazing.
So
Is that-
basically,
is that
the,
what
go.
happens?
Yeah.
the premise is Rick.
What's
the-
that?
That's there's a name for it, isn't there?
Pinky
A plumbus.
and the
Plumbus,
brain.
I think it is, isn't it? Is it?
It's a plumbus.
So basically, he can transfer dimensions.
Honestly, these
Rick.
these gadgets.
Is it
Rick is like a genius scientist inventor, right? And Morty is his grandson.
Aaron's brother-in-law.
No, Rick from Rick and Morty. Morty is his grandson. And Rick is basically a raging, functioning alcoholic
Yeah.
science guy, and that portal gun in his hand lets him shoot into alternative dimensions. You can program it.
So it's not. So it's a bit like sliders.
Yeah, basically.
I love
Yeah.
sliders.
But it's-
Or time cop, but I suppose that's time, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's hilarious. It's the type of thing that brings me to tears.
Yeah.
There's not much that makes me laugh hard enough to make me cry. But there's a couple of times watching Rick and Morty, I've been laughing for 10 minutes after it's finished. She's changed the channel to put NCIS or some shit on. And I've been laughing, thinking about it, and laughing for like the next 10 minutes after it's finished.
I think
I'm
one
gonna
of
have
the-
to try and find it.
One
Sounds
of the
good.
best jokes, some reason I probably shouldn't spoil it for you, but basically that in the first episode, and like something, they smash something on the floor, and they just run past it, and he goes, "Don't think about it." It's just some bizarre thing that happens. But there you go.
You'd love it. Any sci-fi fan would love it, really.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, like, you can jump into it anywhere. There's not like an overarching narrative, really, is there? Other than the Jerry divorce thing, maybe.
What's that flashing in the corner? Another one.
It's Darth Vader.
Phil's man cave is full of lots of interesting
Oh, I've had
stuff.
thing is, right, I've had a bit of a spending spree this week.
Oh no.
Because I figured out I got a new credit card and I figured out how to hook it up to eBay. So I just buy something on eBay and it goes on a credit card.
Why have you got a credit
I've got a 4-foot Darth Vader coming.
We're gonna put that.
You heard it here first. A 4-foot Darth Vader.
Well, the thing is, it's got a movement sensor, so when you walk up to it, it starts talking. So I thought I was going to put it outside the door. There's a guard from people coming in.
What should you fucking spend?
90 quid on that.
4 foot.
4 foot. So I mean,
He's
Han
carried
Solo's 5'11". So 4 foot's probably about there. He's probably about that high, Darth Vader,
Yeah.
I would say. Bargain. So I've been buying all sorts of shit. I bought that Darth Vader centerpiece. I've got some stormtroopers from China coming to fit into that centerpiece. So I'm
What's
going to have
that?
like one dying in front of him.
What's that little robot in the middle?
Ant-Man.
Oh man, isn't it?
Well, it's Giant Man technically. He's big there.
right.
B&M Bargains. That from?
Is that Doctor Strange?
That's from BMS Bargains. Is
Is that Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange was from B&M Bargains. £4, something?
£4. Give me ripped off.
No. Do you know my dad found our old Ghostbusters Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
Wow.
You need to bring it and
Has it
donate
gone all
it
yellow?
to the collection.
No, didn't really look like it. It was good.
Well-
I love it. I tried to nick it at some
This
point.
is like, in the way, like a
probably
museum, if you want to donate something to the museum of
Yeah, and
80s
it,
pop
and it
culture.
still remains your property.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like in a museum sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay for it.
No, in fact, you could pay to loan it, like they do sometimes.
I could, yeah. Yeah,
But that probably won't happen.
yeah. I'll give you a free subscription to the Amish Inquisition podcast.
Or you'll pat test your kettle
Yeah.
on one occasion.
No. If you want to display it here, you're welcome to. It would fit in. I haven't got any Ghostbusters. I had the Firehouse.
Oh, you
Do you
did.
remember the Firehouse?
I went to the Firehouse, Phil. That was one
In
of
New York?
Yep,
It's a real building.
yep.
Wow.
That was my biggest thing.
Biggest hard on.
Well, the Rocky Steps and the Firehouse.
See, I always thought that was in Philly.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, it was. I did the East Coast trip.
Oh, right. So you went to Philly.
Yeah.
Did you get a Philly cheese?
Sorry, I missed the
Certainly
third one.
did.
There was the Philly Steps, the Firehouse. What was the other thing?
I only said 2.
Yeah,
Oh, did you? I
Yeah.
thought things only come
No,
in
I just said
threes.
you said you got the biggest hard on for the Firehouse.
I didn't know you could go and see the Firehouse. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Was it
It
other
had a-
people looking at it whilst you were there?
Maybe only one.
All right.
Yeah.
Was that the person you were with?
They've got a Ghostbuster thing on the floor.
Like a museum.
Is it a
No, it's
working?
just
Is it a working
Firehouse.
firehouse?
Yeah.
So it's still got like
Fuck.
fire trucks in it.
Yeah.
What a cool place to work.
Oh.
Going out of there every day.
And the actual fire truck has a Ghostbuster symbol on it as well.
Is it? Is it an ambulance? And
It was a
50s ambulance?
hearse. It was a hearse. Yeah. That's why I got it cheap. It used to have a grate in the top and you used to get tubs of slime.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
And you pour the slime
Yeah.
through the grate and it would drip on all the Ghostbuster characters
Yeah.
Really?
in the
Yeah,
Firehouse.
do you remember that? You could collect it all up, couldn't you? The gloop.
Yeah, it was like, what do they call it? There's a name for it. Not ectoplasm, like a brand name.
Don't know.
Slime.
You buy it, it might be slime.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can buy it, buy tubs of slime.
No, you can. Yeah.
What else did I had a proton pack.
Oh yes.
I had a proper shop-bought proton pack, not a homemade one out of cereal boxes.
That sounds amazing.
Got it for Christmas. It was a foam. It used to shoot foam missiles about that length. And it was like a round thing.
You sure it wasn't a splurge gun from Bugsy Malone?
It could have been, yeah. I might be confusing my 80s things. But yeah, I was big into Ghostbusters. It's a lot. They sold a lot of merchandise off strength of one film, didn't they?
2.
Well, yeah, too.
And there was
Now 3.
and there was a cartoon.
Cartoon was amazing.
That
The
came
real
quite
Ghost-
a long time after though. That was
I think
maybe
it was the
early 90s,
wasn't it? Yeah.
The real Ghostbusters.
The real Ghostbusters.
Absolutely brilliant. Loved it.
Egon, Venkman,
Ray Spengler.
Spengler, and Token.
Winston.
Winston. Probably the best comedy, one of the best comedy films of the 80s, I would say.
Oh, I loved it.
And it scared me the first time I saw it. I was scared of the Zool.
Yeah, it was
the woman
scary.
who turned up.
He was scary. Or when
I am a god.
When the nerd gets turned into a dog thing. That was
Rick
scary.
Moranis.
Oh, what a great actor. I loved Rick Moranis.
Is he dead now?
No, he's retired.
Yeah,
Pretty much retired. He's
didn't-
done an odd indie project.
Yeah, I think they must have asked him to go back on this Ghostbuster thing, when they all returned.
Right.
But
Did they all return
Yeah.
for the female one?
Did
They did cameos, didn't they?
Yeah, even Sigourney Weaver was in it. There was only Rick
Was she?
Moranis. Yeah, he weren't. They even put a picture, I think, somewhere or a statue of Egon. Because obviously he's passed away.
I remember Dan
How-
Aykroyd getting killed.
Yeah,
He fell out of a building or something, didn't
yeah,
he? Howard Ramis is dead, unfortunately.
yeah. So, but they did put
Egon.
like a head up or something of it.
Did they?
Yeah.
So it was only Rick Moranis who weren't in it. That's strange. Because that would just have been a gimme, wouldn't it? Turn up for one day of filming for.
$1 million.
Yeah, but it's
Something
like
like
you say, he retired for a reason, didn't he? So.
But he is doing some indie. Maybe he's only pursuing things he considers of value, and that would have just been a money thing.
Well, he did.
I think-
three Honey I Shrunk the Kids, didn't he?
Yeah.
If the original Ghostbusters hadn't existed, that would have been an alright film, I think.
Really?
Oh, the new one.
Yeah, if you could delete from your memory that it existed in any kind of previous form, it was okay. The problem is like you're just going against. They'd flipped everything, hadn't they? So like there was the brain dead receptionist was
Thor.
was a man, wasn't it?
It was Thor.
A hot man rather than a hot woman.
Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does felt contrived. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It feels contrived when they do that. Just flip everything on its head and make all the men women.
Yeah.
I prefer it when it happens naturally, and that the story requires them to be women. Like don't tell the midwife. Handmaid's Tale.
All right. Yeah.
Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the main cast of that is female by necessity because of the story.
Oh, I don't
It's
think.
not forced.
I don't think I've seen it. I thought you were going
It's
to
really
talk.
good, Handmaid's Tale.
I thought you were going to talk about the new Oceans film.
Oh yeah,
it's the same
that's
thing.
Been out,
Yeah.
isn't
Just
it?
forced.
Is it meant to be Thingy's Brute's sister?
Is it
What's his name?
Danny Ocean?
Yeah,
What, directing?
his sister.
No,
Oh, right.
Because
the main
he
character.
did direct it. What's his name?
Clooney.
Yeah, George Clooney. Yeah,
he directed
directed
it,
it.
did he?
I think so. And he wrote it. But
Awkward because he's probably nailed them all. Do you not think?
No.
Was he not a dick swinger when he was in like the 90s? Clooney?
Yeah, I believe
Was he not
so.
swinging dick
He's
left,
only-
right, centre?
He's only just settled down, hasn't he?
That's what I mean. He's an old school player.
Have I told my
from his times of that Doctor, what was it?
ER.
ER.
my George Clooney story that
Oh,
I
here we
heard?
go.
But you know, he's a golf fan. I don't know if you know,
No.
but I don't even know if he's a golf fan. But I heard this in the story. And one year, my brother's friend, his wife.
What drink?
I
Don't
don't
the
know.
water.
Is the water here?
Yeah.
There's chilled water.
I forgot to ask you.
Really?
Because you said before.
We cater for all tastes.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Because you said no, I'll have one later when you kid.
Oh, and I've just noticed that. Oh, Phil, this is ace. This room is tremendous. Everyone who's listening, you really should see Phil's room. And I don't mean that as anything strange. It's amazing.
No, too many people have seen Phil's room anyway, haven't they?
I've no visionaries though. I do occasionally search for visionaries on eBay.
Do you?
Yeah.
I can remember playing with them at a friend's house. Obviously, I didn't have them.
I was a big fan of them.
Yeah.
You were a Manta Force guy.
Yeah.
Do you remember Manta Force? The massive ships with tiny soldiers in.
And they had
No.
tiny ships in them as well.
There was a cartoon and it wasn't successful. It's one of these again. They made the toys, then they made a cartoon and it just wasn't successful like Transformers or Mask or. But I remember you having them.
Yeah, they had
And
the big red one and the big grey one.
Yeah. You can get them on eBay.
Yeah, I know. I've had a look actually.
Yeah.
See how much they go for.
It's funny, if I thought about what toys I had when I was a kid, if I had them now, what they'd be worth on eBay. It's
Did you
frightening.
No, unless they're boxed.
No. Even unboxed toys.
I remember.
Go to a car boot, Phil. You get loads of them.
Yeah, but you're not going to see a 1986 Scorponok on car boot.
and my cousin had
You
the
would be
Scorponok.
surprised. What's the Scorponok?
Transformer,
Yeah.
massive one.
Everybody, that was the one everybody wanted, wasn't it?
I don't remember the Scorponok.
Yeah.
They go for 150 quid on eBay if they're complete, unboxed. Ridiculous.
Really?
Because people can collect. It's like there's another thing I've bought this week. Do you remember Top Trumps?
Yep.
There was 4 sets I remember from a kid that were my favourite sets. Marvel superheroes,
Yeah.
Marvel supervillains. There was one called Fantasy, which was all dragons and goblins and stuff. And there was one called Horror, and it was Dracula, Fu Manchu, Frankenstein. And Marvel super villains goes for about 50 quid complete. The fantasy one, that's what I bought on eBay this week, they go for 30 quid.
You spent £30 on that.
I got
Top
that
Trumps.
I got that and something else thrown in another set of Top Trumps that I had as a kid. So I got 2 sets for 30 quid.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Phil, mate, is brilliant.
But the thing is, like the super Marvel ones, superheroes and supervillains, they've done repros.
Yeah.
Modern
buy
ones.
Buy the repro.
You can buy it for 4 quid. But I want to have that thing. I want to have the box. I want to have how it looked in 1989.
It's a bit like me with the vinyl. But
Yeah.
I just get it cheap and scratched. I'm
Something I
not-
need to tell you. I don't know if you've been.
Vinyl Tap? You
No.
going to mention Vinyl Tap?
No, you know St Catherine's Hospice bookshop in Ashton.
Do you know what? I know what you're going to say. I've not been able to find it.
It's on Wellington Road.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
they had
know.
a Premier Inn. Not the Premier Inn, the Premier shop.
Is there not 2 of them there?
There's a normal shop which does clothes,
Yeah.
like a boutique shop, and
Yeah.
then there's the bookshop. And you go in and it's wall to wall
It's on-
books.
on a
and you go to
corner.
it's on a corner. You go to the end of the shop and there's vinyls, and they're cheap as fuck. They're nothing. They're
I need to find
50p,
it. I need to
pound
find
each.
it. I need to find it, Phil.
You should go and have a look, because I went this week to have a look at books. I go in maybe once every couple of weeks, and there was a young lad next to me, and he was just rooting through vinyls looking for whatever we were looking for.
Well, on that note, I've been like going through my vinyl, and I've been trying to track down singles, and I have that much vinyl that I've been bloody doubling up, Anna. I've been looking for stuff. I've been like
You've
looking
already
for
got.
stuff and going, oh, I really want this. And like, I went to Car Boot the other day, and I was like, I had one in my head. And I'm going. I got back. I'm like, what's the point in that? I said, I've found it. but I've got 3 copies of certain things. And you know, like Phil was saying, like it's a bit like the tacky songs from the 80s. Sometimes you want to listen to them on vinyl, you know, just for
Black Lace.
Nostalgia. Yeah, stuff like that, yeah.
Star Trekking
I've got
across
that.
the universe.
Got it.
All the stars you get a prize
you're right.
under Captain Kirk.
It is stuff, it's stuff like
You can't
that.
look. You can't look.
There's Klingons on the starboard bow, starboard bow, starboard bow. Klingons on the starboard bow. Scrape them off, Jim.
Scrape them off. Oh, we've got a guest. Hello.
Are you out for 5 minutes?
Yeah, we're just podcasting.
Are you still podcasting?
Yeah. Say hello. This is Bolt Upright. Say hello, Bolt.
Hi everybody.
What you after? What are you ringing for?
I'm ringing for... Can you tell me how to play Friends by Adam the Ants?
I don't know the song.
It's the B-side to Ant Rap.
Well, that doesn't make it any better for me. The only Adam Ant song I know is what's the one with the ho, where they do that march in the beginning. Stand and Deliver.
Prince Charming.
Prince Charming. Oh, Prince Charming. I know that one and Stand and Deliver.
If it helps, I've got a few on vinyl.
You must know Ant music.
Hey,
You must know Ant music.
must have had music.
Ants
Ant music, yeah.
No, I don't know it. No. Can you not?
sorry,
Have you
mate.
not looked on YouTube for a guitar
I've
lesson
looked
on
on
it?
YouTube. There's nothing there.
Right.
I didn't realise you were still doing your podcast.
Yeah. That's all right. You're our first phone in victim.
Yeah.
Oh, for victim. Yeah, just have can you not get it up on your computer and just have a look at it?
I can't do it right now. I can't do it right now because the computer's recording the audio of the podcast. So the computer's out of commission.
That's fantastic. Oh, it's great to speak to you. I've not spoken to you for a while.
It's been a while, hasn't it? I was telling the boys about your quizzes that you do.
Oh, yeah.
I've not had a quiz off you in a while.
No, they're all on the back burner at the moment. I'm waiting for everybody to get back from holiday.
Oh, right, because it's holiday season. And
It's
then
holiday
you're
season,
going to
so
come back
there's
with
going to be a big one coming up.
a big one. How many questions in the quiz?
Oh, it's probably going to be a 40 one.
40? Fuck.
40 questions, yeah.
You'll have to
you don't
get...
have to do them all in one go.
Are you on pay as you go?
No.
Are you on a contract phone now?
I am, yeah.
Oh, that's all right then. Because 40 minutes of the quiz will take a bit of...
Can you tell me what this podcast is about? Because I've not seen it yet.
What's the pod... you won't see it, you listen to it.
Well, I'm in it now, go on.
Yeah, there is no like subject. It's not like a fishing podcast or a history podcast. It's just we just talk about whatever's happening in the news and things.
A freewheeling podcast.
It's a freewheeler, yeah.
Oh, right, so what's on your mind at the moment?
What have we talked about today? We talked about the Theban army. We talked about Voltron, some 80s films, Ghostbusters, toys. Yeah, toys we had as kids. What else?
Charity shops.
Oh, the charity book shop in Ashton. That's Ace and does vinyl. So lots of different things.
Oh, what about Pound World shutting down?
Pound World. What are they shutting down completely?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's shut.
Yeah.
Fuck. Why?
My mate of mine bought 80 pairs of glasses, reading glasses, for £2.40.
£2.40? Should have been £8, shouldn't they? No wonder they gone bust.
3 pence each, sure.
£3. No wonder they went bust. Fucking hell. Giving it away.
So he's going to sell them on eBay.
Oh, what a guy. He should have got it. Yeah, it's shame he couldn't have filled his van with him. Could have started a little enterprise like Lord Trivia.
Del Boy.
He's going to make a fortune.
Fucking hell. Oh, well, good luck to him. You've got to feel sorry for their employees and shit. I mean, how many people did it employ, Poundland?
Oh, thousands.
Thousands, really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of different
thousands, really.
Pound shops, though, isn't there, Bob?
Poundland, Pound
Yeah, they're all
World.
Pound
on
Stretcher.
contracts, though, unfortunately.
They're all what, sorry?
So 1 week you might do 6 hours, next week you might do 16 hours, next week you
yeah.
might do 24 hours, the next week you don't do any hours.
What's the name for that?
0 hours.
0 hours, that's it. That's what they call 0 hour
The clue was in the answer.
All right, yeah. Yeah. It's sort of, that's how they keep the cost down, I suppose. They're not having to pay for holiday pay and for their employees. They're not employees, really.
You think about it, you open a shop now, that shop has got to make £8.52 for each person that's working in that shop.
£8.52
An hour.
An hour. Is that the national minimum wage now?
I think it's £8.20, but they try and cover themselves because it's the national living wage, isn't it?
Right. So are you're against the national minimum wage then, do you think?
Oh yeah, without doubt, yeah.
You think it's counterproductive?
Oh, definitely, without doubt, yeah. I think if somebody could do a job for £4 an hour and do a really good job and make money out of it, more credit to them.
I think the national minimum wage is the state meddling with the market, and that's never a good idea.
Yeah, you're absolutely spot on. You're absolutely right.
Any comment, boys?
It's all about London.
Who's the guy commenting in the background?
Tom, we've got Tom here and Matt, who we're recording with. They've just been letting you talk to me, I think.
Yeah.
Not butting in. Tom, what did you say about London?
Well, it revolves around prices in London, doesn't it? And the prices in London are pushing further north. Like, for example, Manchester is, house price wise, same thing, isn't it? So the national living wage, they go, oh well, that needs to go up.
Well, to buy a garage in London, this is a garage to store your car in, or a garage as they call it down there, is £100,000.
Really? Where's that from?
Yeah.
Is that something you saw in paper or something?
Yeah, so basically if you live in Tottenham or somewhere like that, if you've got a garage, and you could sell it for £100,000.
You could convert
somebody
it.
to park the car in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil, look how much money you've made in London.
When you can buy
Sorry,
you can buy a house in France for 27 grand.
I know, yeah.
You can buy an house in Burnley for 27 grand.
Or less.
You
You
can.
can buy a house in Accrington for 12 grand.
12 grand, really?
Yeah.
No.
I might need to become a slumlord in Accrington.
The thing is that they're these old Victorian terraced houses, and they weren't built to last for fucking 150 years. Or 100.
No, they weren't, no.
So what do we expect? The problem is we're not building enough houses, full stop.
And if somebody coughs next door, you can hear them.
Really? And then old Victorian houses?
Yeah,
I thought they'd be at least
Yeah,
two
because the bricks,
No,
the
they're
bricks,
not.
you work as electrician,
I've got one.
Yeah, but I generally, it's bad if I drill through to next door. So
the bricks between the houses were put on the side. So they could get the walls up quicker.
yeah, you're right. Right, got you. Yeah, so they're thinner. They're nearly half as thin.
Yeah.
Half as thin again. Fucking hell, I never knew that. Because I'd
Oh yeah.
Christ, because I'm trying to think when I'm chasing out into bedrooms that are joining next door. I mean, I never think about going through to next door. Fucking hell. They're
Now you
only
will.
half a brick thick.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Could eat
man.
everything in my terraced house.
Hey, the 18th edition wiring regulations came out this month, last month.
Well, I used to live in it 10 years ago.
Did you know?
Is it blue or yellow?
It's blue.
It is blue, yeah, I thought it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've only got my 17th, so...
Have you got your 17th?
I have, yeah.
Oh, right, I never knew that. Well, you have to get your 18th now. 18th now.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's one of those things.
Anyway, Bolt, let me know, ring me with this quiz when you've got it.
Oh, you don't have to be the first one to do it.
No, I mean, we could do it live on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good
On
phone
a Sunday night at like 8:30.
Yeah.
And there's there'll be like three of us here, and we can each do the quiz and then compare scores.
You can't do any surfing, though.
Surfing?
No,
No,
we
we don't.
won't do that.
We
We
don't
won't do
do
There's
that.
no water near here.
And plus, we'd be our own. If I see Matt surfing, I'm going to say fuck that.
Yeah.
We can see each other. So.
We'll give each other
Would you be
Fantastic.
Would you be up for that? Ringing in and doing the quiz.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Now I know what's involved. I didn't realise it was so, relaxed and
Like
chilled.
Radio
All
Lancashire.
right. Like Radio Lancashire, Tom says.
Yeah.
Is he a North End fan?
Oh yeah, Bolt's a North End fan because Tommy and he is a big North End fan as well.
Did you go on yesterday?
I did, yeah. Did you?
Yeah, shocking. It was a terrible game.
Fucking 1-1 now.
Did he?
Yeah, they won 1-0, but it was still a shocking game. The first half, nothing happened. The second half, Preston should have won 5-0. But at the end, when the player went off...
Who went off?
10 men.
Tom Clark.
Oh, they had an injury, did they?
Concussion.
Yeah, so we're down to 10 men.
Got 3 points though, Bolt.
3 points is 3 points.
Yeah. So, look on the bright side.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Do-do. Do-do. Right, we're going to go now. We're going to have to go.
Right,
it's nearly time for us to wrap up.
Yeah.
Alright, see you in a bit.
Right, enjoy your service, we'll chat.
Bye. Fucking hell.
Nice phoning.
Yeah. I wonder what it sounds like on the audio.
Awful.
Yeah, it probably won't be too bad.
Couldn't hear any feedback though.
No, there won't be because there's nothing coming out of the speakers. It's a feedback. A feedback loop.
Good point. Good point. Well made.
Well, it's
Right.
9:30. Do you want to wrap up now?
Yeah.
Alright, thanks for listening. And look forward to Bolt coming on.
And giving us the quiz.
And we have confirmed another guest, Giz, is coming on in 2 weeks.
Oh, in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So. Alright, see you next week.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Genghis Khan.